Go hard, or go home. Go hard, go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, now you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now. Drive a race car like a Atari now. Call filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you. Don't me wrong, might slide on you. Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. I'm a warrior, I go back to back, then go back to back. If I top the top, then a double back, and I'm topping that. Yeah, I beat my own records. Yeah, I gotta get money fetish. Same team, I don't set trick. Never dull, this electric. Went and put the Vicks on my toes. Me and bro, that's the give and go. Stay 100, end zone. Keep them coming. I know. I won't flood my wrist, no, I'm not dumb like that. No. I just wanna give my mama 100 racks. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home.
Hey, yes sir. Welcome. You see Canteen putting his head down in shame. You already see it. We got the most
I'm not
viewers
gonna say anything.
I think we got the most viewers I've ever seen us have live. Like the viewership right now is through the roof. So we thank all of you for joining us here at The Bottom Line Sports. You know who it is, the sports professor, here with my main man, Canteen, who is feeling a little rough right now, if we're to be a little honest about the situation. Woo! But we're going to make him a little happier, and we're going to make all of y'all a little more happy today because we have a bunch of special guests joining us. Why? Because it is episode number 100 for ya boys. Yeah, celebration. I wish I had Flo's sound effects. I put the applause on. But anyways, applause for us. We really appreciate it. Getting to 100 is special, and we're glad you got to celebrate with us. That being said, go ahead and subscribe at The Bottom Line Sports. Subscribe on YouTube, and as well, come join our Facebook group. We have a lot of fun. We're talking a lot of trash on the Cowboys right now in there as we speak. So join us live in there. Again, that's at The Bottom Line Sports on Facebook and YouTube as well. Don't forget about yours truly, Ball and Buds. Put out about 15 new videos this weekend on the channel. So make sure you go and smash that subscribe button at Ball and Buds as well. That being said, we will have a few guests coming on throughout the show. Hopefully, Hot Take Jake will be joining us shortly. Flo, our fearless leader, is still out on training, so he will not be joining us today, but we wish him well. That being said, let's bring in our first guest. You know him well from Let's Talk Sports. He also does pretty much every show on that network. He is one of the faces of our promotion team and everything. He is one of our friends of the show. He is from Let's Talk Dallas Cowboys as well. Welcome, everybody. Alan Perales. What up, my brother?
What's going on, brother?
First and foremost, congratulations,
Adam,
you guys.
we don't even know how to digest this, man.
Don't even right now. I want to say congratulations, 100 episodes. That's awesome.
Yes.
Great accomplishment as we, tick down with 30 seconds left here in this game. Awful. That was the best way I can describe this game. Like, I mean, I know that they're playing well, right? Or they're trying. They're trying to get back in this game, and they're not going to. But
that's not what we asked you. That's not what we asked you on here for today, Alan. You know what I want? Give us what we want, baby.
If here's the thing. If Dan Quinn isn't fired by the end of the night, I will be shocked. If Mike McCarthy is not fired by the end of the night, I will be shocked.
Here you go.
If the entire coaching staff is not gone by the end of the day, I will be livid. Let me preface this in a way, Omar. I became a fan. I became a Cowboys fan in 2001. That was when we were going through a stretch of 3 straight years at 5-11 with Dave Campo as our head coach. Awful years. Awful years. This is the worst performance I have seen out of this team in all my years as a fan. I know they put 32 points up, but you know what? 27 of that, 28 of that was in garbage time. So here's the thing. I'm still going to be a Cowboys fan. True, still going to be a Cowboys fan. This is a disappointment. This is the number 2 team in the NFC. They played like it pretty much all year. And people are probably going to be asking, why should Dan Quinn be fired? He's one of the better defensive coordinators in the league. Because in situations like this, where we're playing against teams that are halfway decent to good, he doesn't show up. Miami game, couldn't stop them on the final play. They ended up winning that game. Detroit at home, Detroit really should have won that game, but they got lucky in regards to that. Yeah. Buffalo could not stop the run for shit in that game. James Cook just ran it down their throats, much like Aaron Jones did today. You know, really the only good team they beat.
Yeah, what do you have? 3 touchdowns?
And about yesterday, we talked about
the only good team they beat all year long was an Eagles team that was injured to hell and back and didn't look the same. That is the only good team they've beaten all year long. Seattle, I guess you could call them a good team. They were 9-8. They finished up there. You know, they had a shot to get a postseason berth at the end. But the defense all year long. This was supposed to be the strength of this team.
Sure was. Yep.
It has not been. It has not been the strength of this team. The strength.
You want to hit the stat first, Omar?
That is the third person. That is the third person that has told me Bill Belichick to Dallas.
All right, so hold on. Let's go.
Honest. I don't want Bill Belichick. I don't want Bill Belichick because it's just going to be another Mike McCarthy situation. It's going to be the same thing that happened in New England this year. If Bill Belichick comes to Dallas, that's what it's going to be like. I don't want that.
Okay.
I think he fits better. I think he fits better in Atlanta. I really do, because he's going to have control there. They're going to probably either try to go get Justin Fields or they're going to draft a young quarterback. They have a lot of offensive talent there, and they have an underrated defense that he can work with. I think that's the best case scenario for Bill Belichick. If you don't come to Dallas, just don't. I don't want you here. I'm not trying to say Bill Belichick's a bad coach. He's one of the best all time, but I don't want him here because I feel like if he comes here, we're just going to be in the same boat New England was this year.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could definitely see that happening. That is definitely something that could play out like that. And the rumor is right now that, Atlanta is who is most interested in Bill Belichick and vice versa. That being said, go ahead, Canteen, hit us with those stats. I'm going to bring on Hot Take Jake.
Okay. Yeah, man. So today's game, I mean,
Go ahead, Ken. It's okay.
I'll let him get his laugh or whatever. But I mean, me and Alan, we had a deep conversation, Alan. And Alan, I think everything I said was wrong, but it was completely reversed. I said we're gonna win by 30, and it was just crazy. So let me hit the stats of this game, man. The final score was 48-32. Justin Love went 16 for 21, 200. He threw for 272 yards. He threw for 3 touchdown passes. Their receivers, their receiving core look phenomenal. They look phenomenal.
You know what's funny about this? Their best receiver coming into the game didn't have a catch. Their best receivers coming into the game did not have a single catch in this game.
That's wild. That is wild. Like, you can't have that happen. You have to have your best players getting the ball whenever possible.
And yet they still put up 48 points, which is mind-boggling. Like I said, if there's not any firings at the end of the day, I'll be shocked.
And he scored 1 touchdown.
Yep, go ahead, Ken. Keep going. You good?
Go ahead, Ken.
Give us your thoughts.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me hit the Cowboys numbers. Dak Prescott went 41 for 60. He threw for 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I wish he would have caught fire early on in the game because after halftime, that's when they started to taper. Tony Pollard, he looked bad, man. Pollard, 15 carries, 56 yards, 1 touchdown, and CeeDee Lamb didn't look good either. 9 receptions, 110 yards. I was a believer. I've been a believer all season, man. You know, Flo kind of threw in the towel at the end of the season, saying that, you know, once we lost, I had a lot of hope. I mean, we had a phenomenal game last week against Washington, the Commanders. We played great football against the Commanders, and then like today we laid a goose egg. I don't know what's missing on the offense or the defense, or it's the coaching. Dan Quinn, the defense did not look superior. I mean, they just ran. We could not stop the run for anything. We couldn't stop the run, you know. And so
y'all
for
got
me,
demolished on the
I'm
run.
gonna ride with
Aaron
the Cowboys. I want to go back and be a Falcons fan, but I'm gonna hang out with the Cowboys.
Well,
so, yeah.
3 touchdowns, man. 3.
Yeah. No, I mean it's pretty damn crazy that Aaron
I'm
Jones
like Alan. We're gonna see what they're gonna do
over
with the coaching staff, man. See what happens with that.
Yeah,
Dan Quinn needs to go. Dan Quinn needs to go.
As Rick Diaz says,
change with the coaching staff, guys. That's what I think.
Yeah, shout out Rick. Thank you for tuning in. As Rick said and everybody else said, Cowboys couldn't stop the run.
Like,
Aaron Jones ran wild.
Mike McCarthy's likely gone. I get that. I understand you can't win when you need to in the postseason. But if Mike McCarthy goes, Dan Quinn should go too. That's just
yeah.
Because
no, they both got to go. Yeah, if
there's one coach who's been the biggest disappointment for this team this year, it's not Mike McCarthy. It's Dan Quinn. It really is. McCarthy? If you look at the whole season, yes, Mike McCarthy is a terrible play caller. I get that. I get that argument. But if you're looking at the whole season in general, the biggest disappointment has been Dan Quinn in that defense because they should have played up to their standards in more games than they did.
No, I completely agree with you. And as James said, shout out James, thanks for tapping in. McCarthy needs to go. If you say Dan Quinn got to go, McCarthy got to go. It got to be a clean house. Now, hot take, Jake. I know you've been foaming at the bit, my friend. You've been waiting for this. What do you think about all this, my friend?
Let me tell you something, man. This is exactly what I called. If we look back in our episodes in August, I let everybody know that Mike McCarthy was not it. Here's the other point that nobody's talking about. Dak. Do you really trust Dak? Is Dak the answer anymore, guys? Come on. We just saw him go head-to-head with a young quarterback who I had no belief in. I'll give Omar credit in that one. Omar was picking Jordan Love. I was thinking Jordan Love was a bust. He came into Dallas. You had been undefeated for 2 straight years at this place. Since the Buccaneers game of 2022. The opening game that you played Tom Brady. Y'all had been undefeated all the way in Dallas till now. And you lose like this? This is embarrassing. Let me tell you something. Jerry Jones, you need a clean, complete house.
Starting with yourself. It's starting with himself, yes. I 100% agree.
To get rid of your son, you need to get rid of Mike McCarthy, Dan Quinn, Dak Prescott. I might even get rid of some of those water boys. You get rid of the ball boys. You get rid of them all. They all suck. This was embarrassing. That
there is one person
whatsoever showed up, man.
There is one person that that should be guaranteed safe. There's only one person in this entire team that's guaranteed safe.
Micah?
CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb. Not even Micah. I wouldn't even keep Micah safe.
Wow.
So where's Micah? Really? Where's Micah Parsons been the last 4 or 5 weeks?
I didn't see him either. I can't wait to hear his podcast tomorrow. Can't wait.
Where the hell has he been? Tomorrow. I get it. You have 14 sacks this year. You should have 20.
I don't want to hear nothing from Micah Parsons. I don't even want him to open his mouth during that podcast. He don't even need to talk.
I can't wait.
He talks too much.
He was nowhere in this game. Nowhere.
Yeah, I agree with you.
This is a guy that after his first season, they inaugurated as the second coming of LT. Well, guess what? He looks like the second coming of Albert Hainsworth to me after this year.
It's embarrassing.
It is.
It's completely embarrassing. You would think, and everybody was looking forward to the next game that I'll talk to Cowboys because everybody thought that this game was a done deal. You had to show up and play. And I thought the smartest thing Green Bay did was they received the kickoff. They already told themselves, hey, we're going to get Cowboys.
We're going down the field and we're going to score.
We're going to score and make them see on the board that we're up. And once that happened, boy, did Dak start tap dancing and started playing all nervous, scared as hell. Played worse than damn Derek Carr with the Raiders, man. This is bad.
Wow. Why is Derek Carr catching random straight shots? That's unnecessary. Anyways.
Like I said, I've been a Cowboys fan since 2001. This is the most embarrassing performance I've seen them do in my entire lifetime as a Cowboys.
I say he's been getting help for the last 9 seasons.
I'm not gonna stop being a fan, but if somebody isn't fired by the end of the day, I don't care if it's the guy that's serving hot dogs in the fucking upper deck.
You better tell.
If somebody is not fired tonight, I will be severely upset.
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, someone's gonna have to take the fall for this. You cannot lose by, and let's be honest, those late scores mean nothing. Y'all were down by 31 at one point.
32. So. It was a 32-point deficit that we had to overcome.
There you go. So somebody's got to take the bite at the bullet, and it's probably going to be Dan Quinn and then probably Mike McCarthy because, as we mentioned,
both of them are gone.
We know Jerry Jones. We know Jerry Jones has his eye on some of the big fish that are out there. So let's not act like he wouldn't fire Mike McCarthy in a hot minute and maybe before this show is over. So that being said, anybody else have any thoughts? By the way, I do have one more thought on the Micah Parsons thing. So with these players, the new media, as they call themselves, having all these podcasts that they're on during season, in season, when you should be focusing on your opponents, focusing on the next game, focusing on your recovery, your practice. Now, I am not one to say that people can't do multitasking. If you can do it, great. But if it affects your play, that's a whole different thing. And I'm not saying that did that for Micah. I'm not saying it did it for Draymond. But what I'm saying is that we see that there are, and again, no correlations. This is just saying that if that's taking the distraction away, that needs to be fixed because and I agree with you, right? My dad said that earlier in the season. He was like, man, he needs to stop making a podcast and just focus on the games. And in these past few weeks, he showed that is he really the LT second coming that we thought he was? So that's something that is going to have to be explored for sure.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on this Cowboys absolute mauling?
Well, now let's look in the other side. And
So
let me. Well, go ahead, Canteen. I want to just say this. The Packers now look to face the 49ers
I think Flo said.
Yeah. Packers are going to San Francisco, regardless of what happens tonight.
Yeah, so because they were the 7th seed.
Yeah. So that means it'd be the winner of this game playing the winner of tomorrow night's game, which is Philadelphia. Which, if Detroit wins, they're hosting it. If it's the Rams, they're going to whoever wins tomorrow night.
Here's my final thing right here, Omar.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so what I was going to say, Omar, is this right here. Like Flo said, he'd rather keep McCarthy, draft a quarterback. Flo said he'd rather keep McCarthy, draft a quarterback, and give Trey Lance a shot. I
don't think that would work.
Hell no.
What does that do? What does that do? You already paid Dak a lot of money. I mean, who are you going to get that's better than Dak? Neither one of those options are going to be better than Dak at this point.
I mean, at this point, you're not giving him an extension, though.
That's the other thing. So what do you do then? Alan? What do you do?
Make him see if he's worth it. He's
How
got
many
one
years
more.
does he have
He's
left
got
on-
one more year, I believe, on that contract.
I would trade him right now. I'm not even playing.
There are teams that are out there looking for a quarterback.
The Dolphins just saw Tua do what he did, which I don't think you're upgrading real much. But I think we now established Tua is just going to be average at best. I mean, he didn't do crap when it counted most. The Dolphins could be in there. Hell, my damn Broncos could be in there. We're letting go of Russ. There's several teams. The Falcons, if they don't want to search for a quarterback in the draft, there are several teams that can really go for a quarterback. I say you get draft picks. I think you get one of these top 5. What's the difference? What are you losing, really? Then what the hell you had?
Mm-hmm.
You hadn't done shit this whole time with Dak since you
let me bring this up then. Let me bring this up then. If they decide that they are going to move on from Dak, do they call Chicago and say we want the number 1 pick?
I would do something like that. I would ask them number 1 or number 3. What I think
do we want the number 1 pick to go get Caleb Williams?
I mean, there's reports out Caleb doesn't want to play for Chicago. I don't know how true that is. But that's what
I feel like he doesn't. I feel like he doesn't.
No,
he's very picky. He's very picky in that regard.
They don't want Caleb Williams, man. We don't want him in Dallas, man. No.
Caleb, knowing him from his time here in Norman, he is very, very picky about some of his decision making. You know, he did play in that bowl game against Oregon.
No, Flo, you're swinging.
He did play in that bowl game against Oregon. I'll give him credit for that. But the minute he found out, USC needed a quarterback in the transfer portal, I'm going with Lincoln Riley. He's going to where he wants to go. And you see that with some of these players now in the transfer portal. That's why I hate it. That's why I hate the transfer portal in college football right now.
I mean, just free
it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay in college basketball. I'll give them that. It works there. I don't think it works in college football. I really don't, because you see the true, nature of these players sometimes. And now you're hearing rumors that Caleb, if the Bears are still number 1, he's going to go back to USC. He hasn't even made his decision to declare for the draft yet.
Well, let's think about this, though. That's not like that's not been done before. Eli Manning did that. Philip Rivers, John Elway did that. So we can go back and see quarterbacks that have done that in the past, and that's not a problem. And neither is the transfer portal, to be honest. I'm going to have to disagree with you. I am a proponent of these kids and players getting paid and being able to go where they want. Now, do I think you should be able to transfer 4 or 5 times? No, I agree with that. There should be a limit to how many you can do. But at the same time, if you're just not getting what you need from a certain place, if coaches can leave whenever they want, why can players, right? But at
the very least, don't open it until after the national championship game.
Okay.
At the very least. So it makes it easier on some of these coaches.
Shout out Mar. McCarthy, that's what Alan and Canteen are predicting, that he will be gone as soon as possible. That being said, shout out to IOW Sports Network. Tap in with them. And we have a special guest for episode 100 from IOW Sports Network here to review with us the Lions game that is about to come on. Detroit Mel. Welcome.
What up, though?
Welcome. There you are. There he is. What's up, my brother? How's it going?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Oh,
what's up, Mel?
What are your thoughts on that Cowboys blowout before we get to that Lions game?
What's going on, Jake? What's up, Cam?
Oh, man, come on,
Alan. Hey, man, you seen that? I know y'all seen New Jack City at the end.
What's going on, bro?
When they shot Nino Brown, and Ice-T looked up at my man with that little smile. That's how I was looking at the end of the game.
One of my favorite movies. I love that movie.
Yeah, man. I had that look on my face. I mean,
you're wrong, man. You're not right. You're wrong, brother.
We did the show on Thursday. I said, on Thursday's show, I said Green Bay might win this game. And people looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, Green Bay might win this game. And what happened? I mean, I am surprised with a blowout. I think it's gonna be that bad. I will admit that.
Right.
But I think Green Bay had a chance. They was kind of getting high towards the end of the season, and some bad play calls by Mike McCarthy. Man, I think they should have called a different game. and they should have stopped the run. But that's what Mike McCarthy does. I think that if they get a better coach, they might be able to prove what they're doing. I'm not gonna put it on Dak. You know, like a lot of people say Dak, you know, is a problem every year. I think this time it's Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, and shout out to my pops. Yeah, y'all do. Y'all need a new coach and a new QB. Like Detroit Mel said, it might not be Dak's fault, and I agree. I don't think you get rid of Dak yet. I think, as Alan said, there's one more year on the contract. You give him a chance, you give him a shot, and see what he can do in the one more year he has left, and then you make a decision. Shout out Mar. We'll have he says that Detroit Mail guy sucks. Tap in with IOW Sports. They are great. We love them. They are awesome. All right, so moving on. Let's go ahead and tap into this game tonight.
The quality of the show has went down.
Right, exactly. But no, I brought Mel in because I wanted to talk to Lions. The Lions are facing the Rams tonight in a you could call this a both ways revenge game. You've got Goff coming back from Rams to Detroit, and you've got Stafford, who won a title in LA but started his career in Detroit. So Mel, you are the Detroit sports expert. Please give us your rundown on this game.
I mean, I think now it's Jared Goff's chance to prove was a trade, who won the trade. You know, so far it looks like LA won the trade because they won a Super Bowl. You know, Detroit got some draft picks out of it, was able to build a team. Now let's see if they can beat the team that Matthew Stafford went to and won a Super Bowl. Matchup wise, I think that Detroit is good at stopping the run, but it get torched in the passing game. And so that's what I want to see. If they can kind of, I don't even want to stop them, just slow them down. Just to be realistic. If they can slow them down and hold them to some field goals instead of touchdowns, and the offense get going like they can win this game. You know, the Rams have trouble with the running game. We got two good running backs. You know, I think Craig Reynolds is a third running back you can add in to miss up the wrinkle. They gonna miss Khalif Raymond not playing. That's another speedster. I want to see what Ben Johnson does, because a lot of times they were saying, "Oh, he's trying to wait till the playoffs to really pull some rabbits out of the hat," because they didn't use J-Mo like they can. He got speed. You know, take a couple shots downfield and loosen up that defense a little bit. So I want to see what they do for the first couple of possessions. Are they gonna open it up a little bit? Sam Laporta's playing, but he got a brace on his leg. But that wasn't like I said that Thursday though. A lot of people was like, "Oh, Sam Laporta." But look at last year. It was a top 5 offense last year without Laporta, with Rock Wright and Mitchell. I forgot the other name I got rid of, but
right. But we got to think about how much of an impact Laporta has had this season. 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns.
I don't discount that.
Okay.
But I'm saying it's not more of a devastating loss if they didn't have like St. Brown.
Okay.
I think they didn't have St. Brown. That's more of a devastating loss than Sam Laporta. It's not taken away from Sam Laporta. It's just like they found ways to move the offense, you know, last year without Sam Laporta being on there. Sam Laporta adds to what they can do. And I think him out there will still have an impact, but it won't. I'm not as worried about that as they missing St. Brown, because St. Brown is the bailout guy, you know. When he needs a play to look at St. Brown, and then some reason towards the end, a play or two goes to Reynolds. I mean, it's like you don't see Josh Reynolds for a while, and all of a sudden he needs a big play, he throws to Josh Reynolds. So they got a lot of weapons out there, and I think that if Gibbs and Montgomery can get going, it's gonna be a long game for that defense in LA.
Right. Yeah. No. I mean, everything you said is spot on, and we're gonna and actually, I want to get your score prediction in a second, but I do have a question for you, so have that ready. But how do you think Stafford is going to have any effect at all on the outcome of this game, being he's coming back to Detroit? Do you think that's going to have any effect on Goff's play or the crowd or anything?
I do. That's why I want to kind of see how the crowd's going to settle in, how Stafford's going to settle in, and Goff, because you know. If you ever, I don't know if you saw any interviews that Kelly Stafford gave, and she was emotional about how the city embraced her doing her cancer run and all that stuff. They
Right.
really embraced her and everything. And so she has, and the family itself, they kind of embraced the Stafford family. So, kind of see if Stafford, that's going to affect him the way he plays. And Jared Goff, it's good to have a chip on your shoulder about the way they trade, the way they treat you. But is that going to affect you so much that you're going to force plays?
Right.
One thing I say about Jared Goff, that he'll throw the ball away if he needs to, take a sack when he needs to, and try to just wait for the next play. Now, I gotta beat this team. Will that affect the way he's gonna try to force more throws when it's not there? That's what I'm interested in seeing.
Right. Okay. And all right, so we'll come right back to you for your score. Hot take, Jake. What are your thoughts on this game coming up?
Look, this is what I see it as. Detroit should win this game. They're the better team. I think they have the better receivers. I think right now, that all in all, their O-line, their running game, and their offense in totality is way better. Here's the only thing that scares me. They don't have any experience. This is all new to them, playoff atmosphere. And I worry that Sean McVay's been here before. Matthew Stafford's been here before. Cooper Kupp's been here. Aaron Donald. These guys have been here. If the same thing I saw in Green Bay where they took a lead, if I see the Rams take a lead, I worry a lot if the Lions can keep up with the lead that the Rams take over. Now, here's my question to Mel that I want to ask. I heard dumbasses, I'm not going to say no names, tell me that this was the Cowboys' year. All right? With that being said,
What is happening?
y'all might lose Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn.
Jay, really?
In the offseason. That's what I'm hearing. Y'all might lose the way the Eagles lost their offense and defensive coordinator.
That is a rumor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this your best year to kind of show everything? Is this it? Is the year? Because then you might have to get another offensive coordinator again. And we saw the year without Ben Johnson. It was subpar.
And we saw the year the Eagles had without both of their coordinators. So that's a good point.
What just happened with them? Yeah.
I mean, I think about that. I mean, I think that's a good point, Jake. Because more now, I would say this. This is what I would say. I'm more concerned about the offensive coordinator than I'm a defense coordinator. I kind of want to see a different defensive coordinator in there to maybe help the defense, because that defense been up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. It hasn't been like cohesive like the offense have. It's been flowing kind of smooth like the offense have. So I'm more concerned about the offense than I am about the defense coordinator.
Got it.
Okay, I got you.
Who's gonna come in and get this offense to running like it should?
Yeah. No,
I've been hearing a lot of talk of Ben Johnson maybe going to Washington.
Yeah, and that would be a good pickup for them.
Seems to be a big thing.
Yeah, that would be a good pickup for them. And then, by the way, you might as well go ahead, Alan. What are your thoughts on this game tonight?
I mean, this should be the best game of the day. It really should, because you've got two of the best. The Lions are one of the better teams offensively. Defense is kind of iffy at points, especially in the secondary. I think ever since Kyron Williams came back for the Rams, their offense has been on a whole nother level. Obviously you've got the rookie sensation in Puka Nacua. You've got Cooper Kupp is still there. Aaron Donald on defense. I think the defense for the Rams is a little underrated because they have some decent players on their defense, other than Aaron Donald. I like Byron Young a lot. They have a lot of good talent on that team. This should be the best game of the day, really. This should see a lot of back and forth between these two teams.
It should be a shootout for sure. Ken, what are your thoughts? And then, Ken, give me your score, because then we're going to go around the horn with the score, because I know Mel got to get out of here to go watch the game. So,
yeah, man, I think it's going to be for me, I'm going to go with experience, man. I think the Rams have the offensive experience, defensive experience. They've been here within like the past few years. I like McVay. I like what McVay brings to the table. But at the end of the day, Detroit is hungry. They're seeking revenge after the way they got beat in Dallas a few weeks ago. So
that's true.
Man, it's gonna be a back and forth game. I'm gonna go with my gut on this one, Omar. I'm gonna go 34-27. Detroit wins by 7, 34-27.
There you go. Very nice, very nice. All right, Alan, what's your score on this game? Jake, coming to you after that.
Like I said, this should be a back and forth game. I love what both of these teams bring to the table. It depends on which team can establish the run better. Right now, Detroit's doing a pretty good job of it. I want to see what the Rams do in their first offensive possession. If they're able to establish the run too, this is like I said, this is gonna go back and forth. I'm gonna say because it's tough for me to pick this game. It really is, but I'm going to go with the upset here. I'm going to go Rams.
Wow.
I'm going to go Rams 31, Lions 28. But like I said, it would not surprise me if the Lions ended up winning because they are that good of a team.
Wow. Okay. Well, hey, the Rams have played above their head all year long, and it would not be a surprise for them to upset, especially, having Stafford, as we mentioned, being that he started his career there. Jake, what's your score?
As I was told all year that the Cowboys were the only team to beat the Niners. This game, these are the only two teams left that can beat the Niners. These are the only two teams that have a shot of it. Of course, I made controversy by saying the Rams could have a chance, but in the end, I'm going for Goff, man, because Goff has that chip on his shoulder. He saw what they did to him. He saw they let him go. They treated him like shit. And now it's time to show them what you lost out on. Hey, man, Lions win easily, 34-17.
Easily?
Game. Yes.
Wow.
Okay.
They will show up and show out and win
wow.
this game. And then they will be on their way to one more win before they have to see San Fran.
Wow. All right. Well, then you're saying a blowout. Well, for me, personally, I love storylines. Mel knows that for sure. Shout out to maybe a possible future collab. But tease. But anyways, I love this game. I think, again, like Alan said, it's going to be a high-scoring shootout. I think that, again, the Rams have played over their head all season long. I believe that Detroit is the real deal. It's going to be hard for them, as Jake said, to beat San Francisco, but I think they put up even a better fight than Dallas may have. So that's something that could possibly happen. I have the Lions winning 30. I'm going to say 32. I'm going to say 32-28. So I'm going to go a pretty close score, but the Lions cover and win 32-28. And before we get Mel's score, we have his partner from IOW. Welcome him in. You know him best. You love him. Wildcard Mar, baby. What's good? What's good?
Oh, man. Some luck happened yesterday. Boy, did the breath show up, man.
What's up, fellas? Wait, hold on. Before we say anything, it's just great to see that the Broncos have made it to the playoffs again. But, damn, they didn't.
Oh,
no.
Wow.
Bang.
Hey, one drought at a time.
They were so
one
close.
drought at a time. We will
Let's go. All right. Well, before we get to Wildcard Mar on this, Detroit Mel, what's your score on this game, my brother?
I'm going to go 35-28.
Obviously, for the Lions, I'm sure he's not going to be picking the Rams.
Yeah, right.
And then so,
they have to be said.
no, again, it didn't. And we're going to go to your partner, but we do want to. And Mel, you can just jump off whenever you're ready. I know you got the game on, but you're welcome to stay as long as you want to. We want to thank Detroit Mel for coming on and talking his lines again. You can stay as long as you want. We love IOW Sports.
I'll probably listen in the background, but I want to go watch it in the room where I can watch on the big screen.
All right, my brother. Well, thank you very much.
Right.
We appreciate you.
Peace.
All right, yes, sir.
Thank you, Mel.
Mar, what are your thoughts on this game and your score, my friend?
What's going on, fellas? Let's.
All right, bro. Please.
I just think it's one of those things where Sean McVay knows everything about Jared Goff. There's a reason why he traded him away. I mean, we can't ignore that. I get it, the chip on his shoulder, the disrespect.
He made a mistake.
No, he didn't. How? He got a Super Bowl.
Right, he got a Super Bowl out of it.
Come on,
not a mistake.
Come on, Jake. Look. Come on. There's no mistake getting rid of a guy and upgrading and getting a Super Bowl. How's that? That's not a mistake.
Right. Who's to say Jared Goff don't get?
I was gonna say, didn't Denver do that by getting Peyton Manning?
Right, exactly. Get out of here.
Yeah, they did the same thing. So, but look, we can't forget that Aaron Donald is still a bad man. Cooper Kupp is still a bad man. and they added Puka Nacua, who could make a case for Rookie of the Year if it was for C.J. Stroud. So let's act like they, look, the Rams did something I didn't think that they were going to do. I mean, they won 10 games. I thought they were rebuilding. They won 10 games. Mm-hmm. So give me the Rams in this one. I think it's going to be 28-24. It'll be a close game.
Wow. Okay, so you got the upset just as Alan does. All right. GB, thanks for tapping in, GB. We appreciate you. GB got 33-23. I assume you're saying the Lions because you also said that Detroit scored. So I don't have the TV on here downstairs, so I can't see what's going on. But
David Montgomery touchdown run. So yeah, it is 7-0. It is 7-0 Detroit right now.
Awesome. Thank you for that. All right, cool. Well, we'll see what happens with that game. And now that we have our special guest, Wildcard Mar, on, we are going to touch on what Jake was just asking about. His Chiefs and that blowout over the Miami Dolphins in what was one of the coldest games in NFL history. Now, I do want to give some background to this, and then I'm going to go to Can for the stats. Can, give me your thoughts, and then we're going to go to Wildcard Mar. But first, I want to say the Dolphins coming into this game were 0-10 in games under 40 degrees. So we should have saw this coming. Should it have been this big of a blowout? Anyways, Can, hit us with the stats.
All right, man. So you had Patrick Mahomes, man, went 23 for 41. He threw for 262 yards, 1 touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 24 for 89, 24 carries, 89 yards, 1 touchdown. And Rice, 8 receptions, 130 yards, 1 touchdown. I picked Miami in this game right here. Yeah. It was the weather. It was too damn cold. The weather and the elements, it killed them. It hurt them in such a way. Now, I believe, and I went against Wildcard Mar and what he was thinking. I believe Kansas City can go into Orchard Park and upset the Bills.
Okay.
Go in there and upset the Bills and they'll end up in the AFC Championship. They looked like a completely different team last night. Kansas City looked really, really good last night. Great on offense, defense. Andy Reid had a great game plan. They executed well. And they sent Miami home packing. Great game, Chiefs.
Yeah, one thing I want to, accentuate that Can said is Andy Reid had a great game plan coming in. He tailored his game to cold weather and took advantage of the Dolphins' inexperience in this area. Wildcard Mar, thank you for joining us, my friend. What are your thoughts on your Chiefs in this game?
Oh, no doubt. Of course, always a pleasure to be on here with you fine gentlemen here at Bottom Line Sports. I love the collaborations that we always do. But I'll say this. The only thing I disagree with, Ken, is there was parts of the offense that I did not like with the Chiefs. They got in the red zone, and you say it was a blowout, but we kept selling for field goals. And if you convert those to touchdowns, this is an even bigger blowout, honestly. They got to find a way to definitely get the ball into the end zone. They definitely got to put points on the board. Look, I'll take 26, and it's cool because for this year of this version of the 2023-2024 Chiefs, give them all they need is 21 points, which is and not the typical output that you see from your Chiefs. You're looking at 30 plus. It's cool. Because here's a good thing. You got a defense that is playing Super Bowl.
That defense.
And at the end of the day, defense still wins championships, folks. It still wins championships. Say what you want about how the NFL wants the offense and they want ticket sales and we want all the people getting crazy about all the scoring and the fireworks. Cool. That's cool. If you keep teams out the end zone, it don't mean a damn thing how prolific your offense is. Go ask those Dallas Cowboys who had the top offense and got lambasted. You got some garbage points.
What a tremendous word.
Dan Quinn should be fired. Enough said.
Hey, and Alan, you're not wrong. As much as you want to give Mike McCarthy crap.
Yeah, we said Quinn got to go, man. McCarthy?
Well, McCarthy needs to go, but you can't just put it all on him. Dan Quinn's defense.
Right.
Couldn't stop a nosebleed today.
Exactly.
Jordan Love cooked you. Cooked you. I mean, but back to the Chiefs. I love what the defense is doing for sure. that's just the nature of the beast. The defense is carrying more of the weight and more of the production wise for this team this year, and that's okay. I just need Andy Reid and the offense to just be, logical on their play calls. Make sure that you're, having football sense when to call certain plays, when to run the ball, when to pass the ball, and turnovers. Besides that, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, garbage time fumble. They played pretty clean on the turnover side, which was a good thing to see because that's been one of the Chiefs' problems on offense.
Damn, he even fumbles in garbage time. Jeez.
Yeah, right, right. Got to clean up some of the penalties. I'm looking at you, Jawan Taylor, our right tackle, who's worth $20 million a year. You got to tighten that up, and then no, you got
a $20 million false start. That's nice.
Hey, and Chiefs Kingdom, hate me as much as you want. The crown jewel, Travis Kelce. I know he's loved in Chiefs Kingdom, but I don't give a damn. You need to catch the damn ball.
Dropping it.
He's paying more attention to his little thing.
Taylor, Taylor in the. He's thinking about Taylor Swift up in the booth. He's like, I got to catch this ball. Open touchdown.
That's why his hands are slippery. That's why he can't catch the ball.
Oh, a little innuendo there, Alan. Thank you. Late night.
The thing is, Alan, he's been carrying that 2x4 instead of catching footballs because he's been looking like Hacksaw Jim Duggan the way he is in his arm. So, but anyway,
Lover boy need to get his mind right, is what we say.
He need to focus because he's led the team in drop passes this year, and he has to fix that. And when you look at your guy who's supposed to be your veteran presence that's been there and done that for you.
Hall of Famer.
Yeah,
come on.
He's going to be a shoe-in Hall of Famer, but the thing is you need to start playing like it. I don't care how older you get. I don't care about none of that stuff. You're still counted on as to be a good piece on the offense, and he has to fix that. But, hey, I'll take a Rashee Rice breaking out as a rookie. I'll take that. I'll take Isaiah Pacheco running up and down on the field. So
I love his running style. He just run through people.
Oh yeah, hey,
he ran angry all night.
He runs angry every game.
Hey, every time he runs, he leaves potholes in the ground. So I love it.
Not bad for a 7th round running back out of Rutgers.
Yeah. So look, there's some positives, but I'm the type of Chiefs fan that I can take the positives, but let's work on the negatives, and those are some of the negatives that I saw with the offense. So overall, man, look, we lucky we had the home field advantage.
Yep.
I mean, we're used to playing in the cold, and real quick, let me get on my soapbox. For all you people who are not used to the cold and not used to, being in frigid temperatures, I get it. I understand it. Shut up. Y'all not paying for no dome.
Right.
Y'all not. All right. All right. If just be honest with yourself. You're not used to the cold. I'm used to it. Us Midwesterners who've been in the cold, we're used to it. Chiefs are used to it. Have that same energy when in September, the Dolphins have a huge advantage.
Yep.
Dolphins have a huge advantage because they play in that scorching heat all summer, and their bench is strategically placed in the shadow, in the part where it's covered by the stadium and the sun is not beaming down right on them. So have that same energy in September and stuff talking about, it's scorching hot out here. I don't hear nobody claiming that the Dolphins
exactly
have that advantage in the heat. I don't
when
hear
it's 130 degrees out there on the field.
Yeah, come on. So I hate the double standard.
Good point, Mark. Good.
I hate
That's
that.
a great point.
I hate it. So let's kill it out. When it comes to home field advantage and temperature wise, weather, whatever, they both have to. So
Flo disagrees. Flo says no one is used to negative degree weather. It's all individual.
Flo, go worry about who's going to be your next coach. I don't even want to listen to you right now.
All right. Well, we're going to, Mar, we're going to come back to you in 1 second for your preview of the Bills Chiefs, just an early preview. But let's go ahead and hit Alan for his thoughts on this game. And then I know Jake is foaming at the bit, which is why I'm making him go last.
I mean, what is there to say about this game? I kind of figured Kansas City was going to win this because Miami just didn't look like they were ready at all. You saw it last week against Buffalo. They kind of let that game go. You're coming off a short week. Half your defense is injured to hell and back. I mean, they, to Tamar's point, they did a good job in the red zone, stopping him when they needed to, holding him to field goals. But that doesn't mean much when your offense can't get anything done. Tua did not look good at all. Tyreek was held in check. They couldn't get the run game going. A lot of people said last year, Miami was basically, had they had Tua, they might have made a playoff run with how well they played at Buffalo last year. Now they had Tua in a playoff game, and again, they didn't look good.
And what do you think about this, Alan? This person, sorry, I don't know your name on Facebook, but this Facebook user, Tua is a one-read QB. What are your thoughts on Tua?
I mean, that's kind of what he has to be. He has to get rid of the ball quick, because if he's holding it at any point, it's just, we saw it at Alabama. We saw it early on in his career. If he's not getting the ball out of his hands quick, he's in trouble. He really is. And
did y'all see that video that came out where they did his helmet cam from training camp, where they were looking through Tua's helmet cam? Did y'all see that? Yeah. Well, if you can see it, go check it out. But you can tell he cannot see above his lineman, through that cam, even though the cam is above his helmet. I couldn't see. He has to anticipate every play and every throw in order to be a good quarterback, and that's why Drew Brees was probably the best and only really great short quarterback. That being said, Jake, I know you've waited a long time, and I know how much you hate the Chiefs more than as the same as me, at least. What are your thoughts, my friend?
Omar, you ever heard of that song "Rain, Rain, Go Away, Come Back Another Day"? Remember that one? Yeah. Chiefs Kingdom and Chiefs fans all over the world begged and prayed for that game to be the way it was. True. You benefited off of the weather. You benefited off of, before that, they lost Bradley Chubb. They lost their best linebacker. These guys were practically hobbled walking into that game.
That's true.
So you had no pass rush against Kansas City. You got Patrick Mahomes to stand there for about an hour before he had to throw the ball. These guys lucked out once again, but don't worry. Everybody's luck must run out. And there's no way in hell this team goes into Buffalo and beats the Bills at Orchard Park. Sorry, Canteen. That's false. I'm just going to speak facts. The fact of the matter is this, Dolphins, we saw Tua. It's time to let him go, man. Sorry.
Woo!
Mike McDaniels is a great head coach. He's done as much as he could. He squeezed all the jelly out of that piece of trash. Tua.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow. Those are nuts.
Let him go. Let him be, man. The guy at best is going to be his ceiling is Kirk Cousins at best for the next 10 years. That's his ceiling. You will get nothing from him.
A ceiling of Kirk Cousins.
I'm sorry. This is ridiculous. And thank you for saying
Now, are we talking Washington Kirk Cousins or Minnesota Kirk Cousins?
I was about to say, yeah, because Minnesota Kirk Cousins I may take. All right, so what's your score on that game then, Jake? Early prediction for next week's Buffalo, Kansas City. What do you think?
Buffalo wins 27-24, and they finally showed them who the best quarterback in the AFC is. I hate to say it right now. Now it's disqualification because the real best quarterback is over their sideline right now. Burr is hurt, but
whoa.
We will see who the best quarterback is. My whole thing is this. Kansas City still showed what they cannot do. They still do not have good receivers. I think Rashee Rice is the only one that really is actually viable. Other than that,
that's true.
They're average at best.
That's
and
true.
Like I said, the Broncos earlier in the season showed the blueprint. Finish the blueprint off. Show them how to beat Kansas City. I don't even think you need to double cover Travis Kelce anymore. The man can't even catch a ball when he's wide open. There's no reason.
How did he catch Taylor Swift if he can't catch a ball? Come back to me, mama. Come back to me.
I can't wait. Let's see what happens, Kansas City fans. Hey, go ahead and gloat now. This ain't last year, buddies. You're going to have to go into some competition, and I mean elite comp. Be ready. It's now or never.
Well, Mar, you know,
ain't going away this time.
Mar, when you come on Bottom Line Sports, you got elite competition, and Jake is your competition right now. I will let you retort.
I mean, it sucks because I think sometimes Jake just gets blinded by his hatred for Kansas City, and he doesn't realize sometimes what the truth really is. Look, fact of the matter is there's not Buffalo is an elite competition. I mean, they
got momentum. They got a lot of momentum.
Momentum's fine, but I've said a million times the Chiefs can only lose to themselves. The 6 games that they lost this year, they weren't getting blown out. They weren't getting just demolished. They killed themselves with mistakes. They killed themselves with turnovers. That's self-inflicted wounds. So they just need to do what they did last night. Who cares that it's not flashy as it used to be? Just don't make the mistakes and just win the game. I don't care.
Okay, so then give us your early score for this game, my friend.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I know we want to match up Buffalo and Kansas City, but I really want to wait to see the game happens because sit here and say that Buffalo is a guarantee to get past Pittsburgh. I would take Buffalo in the game, honestly, but missing Gabe Davis, that makes a difference because now you're going to hone in a little bit more on trying to force feed the ball to Diggs. I know you're going to use your tight ends, but the fact of the matter is we also seen Josh Allen play hero ball. And yes, TJ Watt is not playing, but Mike Tomlin is still good enough coach to coach up a good.
Don't sleep on Mason Rudolph. Don't sleep on Mason Rudolph.
You know what? Not only am I going to sleep on Mason Rudolph, I'm going to hibernate on Mason Rudolph for the rest of my life. Get out of here with that.
Yeah. No. Earmugs are in and my eyes
Get out of here with
that. Hey, their passing game got better. Their passing game got better when he came in at quarterback.
What I don't like, Walker Marr saying it easily, like the Bills have not beat the Chiefs twice in the past 2 years.
What, in the regular season? You can have that regular season.
Absolutely.
It's playoff time, baby. You show me a playoff game that the Bills have beat the Chiefs in, and I'll shut up.
That's fine. But the last time you beat them, you had the cheetah in the playoffs. Remember that, wild card.
Hey, you see this banner right here? Was Cheetah here for that? Was Cheetah here
for that? You didn't get to see the Bills.
Was Cheetah here for that? Was Cheetah here for that? Was Cheetah there for that?
But you didn't have to see the Bills.
Okay, so the fact of the matter is you're talking about you're talking about the Bills and the Steelers both playing in elements. They're both playing in cold weather.
It's gonna be bad.
They're both playing in the same situation that's going to limit everything. You're telling me you put Josh Allen in a cold weather game and have him chuck the ball 45 times?
Right.
No way.
I know every.
I will put up the Steelers. I will put up the Steelers rush defense because guess what's going to happen? That Steelers rush defense is going to force Josh Allen to play hero ball because they're going to shut down James Cook, and then that's going to. We can't sit here and act like Josh Allen ain't Santa Claus all year round.
All year round, yeah. No, you're right. You're right about that.
He's up there.
Wildcard. Here's my issue, Wildcard. You're talking as if Mike Tomlin has done anything in the past 15 years. I don't know about
Well, he did a really good job this year. He took that team to 10-7. They shouldn't have even won 6 games.
Congratulations, you win above 500.
He's had a winning season. He's played above 500 football.
Dude, are you kidding me?
He's had a winning season in every season, bro.
It means nothing, guys. The last time I checked and I talked to Steelers fans, they were winning rings. That's when it counted to them. I didn't know winning seasons now mattered.
I always love how Jake's source is one of his friends that he talked to. It's like, I have a source, and he's a Steelers fan, my buddy. He tells, no, get out of here with that, man. Look, Mike Tomlin did an excellent job this year. I'm sorry. All right, Mar, we're going to go back to you, finish your thoughts, and then we're going to go to Alan and then Canteen for your thoughts as well. Mar, go ahead.
I mean, whatever happens next, whether it's Buffalo or Houston, like I said, the Chiefs, as long as they don't self-sabotage themselves, man, they got a chance to win any game in the AFC. So we'll see what happens, man. To be honest, after tomorrow when the schedule comes out, so that's what I'm rocking.
And first of all, I want to apologize to Mike Tomlin. First of all, for my disrespect of putting the Bills ahead of you, the cart before the horse, as they say, and also for Hot Take Jake's disrespect. Please excuse him, for he knows not what he does. That being said, it's getting late on the show, and we got to get out of here and go watch some football. Before we get out of here, Ken and Alan, give me your thoughts on that. I guess a combination. I guess we're talking about a combination of tomorrow's game and then whoever gets past that to Kansas City next week.
Like I said, don't sleep on Pittsburgh. Okay. Teams have done it.
Please stop this.
Teams have done it, and they've paid for it. Remember, Pittsburgh swept Baltimore this year. They beat Lamar Jackson early in this game.
Ooh, that's a great point. That's true, though. That is true, though. Second game was backups.
Second game was backups, but they still beat Lamar Jackson.
I'll say this right here, guys, because I'm up here in New York.
Go ahead, Ken.
So I'll say this, guys. The weather is atrocious. The weather is horrible. The weather is atrocious. The weather is horrible.
Looks bad.
Yesterday they put a travel ban up near Erie County, near Buffalo. So they had a travel ban. They couldn't even have people come in and shovel and do all the snow stuff. So they're not going to move the game again. The game is slated for tomorrow at 4:30. The conditions are horrible on both sides. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. It'll probably be a bunch of field goals, but if they cannot run the ball, they're not going to put that ball in the air with all that snow and with all the effects of the weather. I say it's going to be close. I say it's going to be a close game. I'm going to go 21-17.
For who?
Bills edge out. The Bills edge out a close game. But don't count out Mason Rudolph. Don't count out the Steelers because they do look hella good.
Now, see, Jake, that is insider information. When you give us a weather report from the damn city it's happening in, okay? See, Flo, Flo said Jake has insiders. Right. His buddy Greg from down the street, that's a Steelers fan, that told him Mason Rudolph is playing better than he was 3 years ago. No, Ken gave us real insider information. Oh, man, I love messing with y'all. All right, before we get out of here, we're not going to go long into this game, but just very quick thoughts on this huge blowout. I called the Texans winning, so I'm going to pat myself on the back. But the Texans absolutely demolished the Browns. As Flo said, Joe Flacco had an expiration date, and I agreed with him, and that came yesterday. Let's get some quick thoughts on that game before we get out of here. Gentlemen, we'll start with Alan, and then we'll go to Canteen, Hot Take Jake, and then we'll end it off with Mar.
I know he's called Hot Take Jake, but here's my hot take. You know who the best quarterback in the AFC right now is? CJ Stroud.
I'll stop this.
CJ Stroud is the best quarterback in the AFC right now, I think. If he plays like he did against Cleveland, which is Cleveland, all props to you, 11-6, great job. Found a way to get into the postseason without some of your top players. Awesome job by Kevin Stefanski. Should be a candidate for Coach of the Year. Did an awesome job. If the Texans play like they did against a top 5 defense in Cleveland, they're a dark horse Super Bowl contender. I really like them going into Baltimore next week. I think they could beat the Ravens. I really do. I love this team. This team and what Green Bay is in the NFC. These are basically parallel teams right now.
They are.
You have the youngest. You have the youngest the two youngest teams in the NFL, both in the playoffs at the same time, and both getting big wins in the same weekend. I love what Houston's doing. I'm going to call the upset right now. I think Houston goes into Baltimore and they beat them.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Texans in the AFC Championship game. I'm all for it. Let's do it, man.
Wow. Well, before we move to Ken, real quick, I want to get this out here. A notification just came through. The Cowboys, this is per the Schultz report, the Cowboys could pursue Bill Belichick to replace Mike McCarthy after getting blown out by Green Bay.
Well, yeah.
But Alan was saying that he didn't want him, and it's looking like it's getting a little more serious.
I don't.
Looks like it's getting a little more serious.
I don't want Belichick. I don't want what New England is right now. I don't want that.
Cam, what are your thoughts? No? Okay, well then give us your thoughts on the
Houston
Texans
was a total package, bro. They were packaged, and that's what I'm saying. Houston was a total package, and Flo tried to downplay us and say we didn't pick them, but we picked them to win, and I told Flo by 14, so I don't know what Flo was talking about, but Houston won. They look great. I think they can go into Baltimore and make some noise too. But I got to see what Lamar's cooking with first. That's what I got.
Okay. All right. So we got to see what Lamar's going with, but you can see, okay, we'll get your more thoughts next week. Hot take, Jake, what do you got on this, on that game last night, the blowout?
Look, congratulations. They won. I don't think it was more CJ Stroud. I think it was.
I remember someone saying that they weren't going to win and that they were going to get blown out. Isn't that so? Someone said that. Ken, do you remember who that was? Just taking a sip of your water, huh? Okay, all right.
Like I said.
Wait a minute.
Like I said, Flacco was not ready. It's his. Hey, you know what, Browns fans?
At 38 years old, Flacco ain't ready. When he gonna be ready? 45?
I think.
What is he?
I think he should keep him. I think he's better than Deshaun. I think he is right now.
They paid a fully guaranteed contract to Deshaun Watson. They can't get rid of him. What are you talking about?
Hey, man.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't with Russell Wilson.
Joe Flacco is Tom Brady if Tom Brady went to a Division III school in college.
Right.
I'm telling you right now, I'd still stick with Joe Flacco over him, man. Flacco just made mistakes early. That's all it was. I think it got out of hand. I'll say this. Texans have the house money. Well, they have the house money trait right now. Nobody believed in them, and now they have this house money. They're probably getting all this momentum. The thing is, though, and I don't care for Baltimore, but the thing is, though, they're not facing – this defense they have good corners. That's the only bad thing that the Browns didn't have. The Browns were great because their front seven could get to you. Now, when their front seven couldn't get to you, that's what happened. They exploited their corners. Their corners were very small. They were able to throw the ball all over them. Now you're facing good corners. You got Marlon Humphrey. Good luck. Get ready. This is going to get good. Because let me tell you something. The Ravens just watched that game, and they know exactly what to do. And I think they're going to win this, and we're going to have a Ravens-Bills AFC Championship game. And, of course, I think Josh Allen's probably going to win it and head to the Super Bowl.
Okay. I'll say this: the Texans are going to be a fun team to watch the next few years, especially when Tank Dell gets healthy. Had they had Tank Dell,
Allen, they're going to lose that offensive coordinator soon, bro. I'm telling you right now, that offensive coordinator is the unsung hero. They're going to lose him. You watch. People are going to figure out that offensive coordinator is pretty smart. He came from the Shanahan tree.
All right, well,
fair enough.
Mar, save us from ourselves and Hot Take Jake, who usually does this to the show around this time, demolishes it downhill.
Yeah,
save us, please.
Now you're asking a little bit too much for me, Omar. I can't turn water into wine, and I damn sure don't walk on it, so I can't save so much as I can. So, but I'll try to save what I can. Look, end of the day, CJ Stroud and DeMeco Ryans, you got to give them credit. I've been rocking with them all year, and then the one day that I jump off the train, they made me eat my words. And no, for real, because I've been rocking with them all year, and I was like, I don't know if I'm ready to do it yet, commit to it in the playoffs, because Cleveland's been playing good football. I mean, Cleveland's been playing. They were playing great football. They were dealing with crazy injuries, and they were still, putting up good product on the field. And so I was like, man, there's no way Houston can do anything with that. CJ Stroud, like I said, he locked in Rookie of the Year. DeMeco probably locked in Coach of the Year. So you look at that situation. Look, Houston, like Alan said, Houston's going to be fun to watch for the next few years. And, hey, they are not worried about whether rookie coach, rookie quarterback. They're not worried about none of those elements. They're going out there and changing the culture immediately. They were supposed to be, trying to set the tone of culture this year. They said, no.
Their flow.
They said, the culture we're setting is we're going to go out there and win. So, hey, give them props, man. They can go as far as they want to go.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. Yeah,
I like that, soldier.
I had to mute Flo real quick because his background noise is really, really loud. But what's up, Flo?
What up, fellas? I had to come jump into my 100th episode.
Yeah, welcome.
For a few minutes and straighten out Raw Carmar. And, of course, we always have to straighten out Jake.
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Here we go. Jake's just a hater. His Broncos didn't make the playoffs.
On
His Broncos didn't make the playoffs. I told him
Congrats,
he'd
you
win
got to stay
9.
an extra
I was
week.
the only one that said you'd win 9-10 games, and I was right as usual.
We won
Even
8.
when,
You're
even when
wrong.
you jumped off the bandwagon, I told you. I was right about Pittsburgh. I was right about the Cowboys. After the Dolphins, I said, I'm done. They're not going to go anywhere. They're not going to.
And then you jumped back on the bandwagon last week. What are you talking about right now?
No, I didn't. You didn't let me. Y'all said I couldn't.
Okay, here we go.
Y'all said I couldn't.
Semantics again.
Oh,
again.
your
Here we go.
semantics. How about your semantics? You said I couldn't. Hey, that was all heart. I jumped back on. It was all heart. But I told you after the Dolphins game what was going to happen.
No, I told you don't do it, Flo. I told you to be consistent and stay with the team.
I was consistent.
And I think when you jumped off, man, that kind of jinxed us.
No, you jinxed us by saying we're going to win by
Everybody
30.
keeps saying I jinxed the Cowboys. It wasn't me.
Yeah, because you
I
said
didn't jinx
Cowboys by
nobody.
30. I didn't.
What are you
jinx
talking about?
nobody.
Are you talking about candlelight? What are you, George Washington? What is happening right now?
Bro,
Why are you
that was my
talking
prediction
like
yesterday with Alan. I said we were gonna blow him out.
This is called light discipline. We're out in the field, so we can only use red lights.
I was about to say that hey, you are giving Bray Wyatt Fiend vibes like a
Bray Wyatt Fiend.
Flo's channeling his depression by going into a darkness retreat.
I'm
Aaron Rodgers.
I'm red with anger because of the Cowboys, because I was right about them, like I told y'all.
This is the I said this earlier. This is the most
you're
disappointing.
jumping off. Oh, you're jumping off. Y'all are like, you can't jump back on. Okay. But I was right. In the end, I was right.
This is the most disappointing game I've seen.
Congratulations, you were right. Now your team doesn't know what they're going to do at head.
Right, now your team sucks, right?
So, Flo, let me ask you
Jake,
this question.
I was right about Russ, too. When I remember
What's
I told
our
you,
issue?
you
What is the
Super
issue,
Bowl
Flo?
goals.
Is it
Super
offense?
Bowl
Is it
Super
defense?
Bowl
You got
goals.
more issues
Super
to
Bowl
worry about
goals.
your own
What is
team.
it?
Super Bowl goals. Jake was on Super Bowl goals when Russ came.
Right.
And you were wrong. And I was right.
You need to worry.
So,
like I said,
you need
you
to worry
gotta
about me.
your own team first right now.
I'm not worried about my team. I can't do nothing about my team because Jerry Jones owns a team. So there's nothing we can do about it. We just keep moving on.
Hey,
right.
there is something you can do. Hey, it's
Nope.
not legal, but that's
nothing ethical, morally ethical that we can do.
Because and I said this.
Thank you, Clubber.
I hate to be a
Man, Clubber, get out of here. 49ers aren't going anyway.
Cowboys won't do nothing until Jerry Croak, man.
I mean, that's hard to. I don't like saying things like that. But at this point, I mean, it's not. I mean, this was their best year, their best chance that they had.
Oh, please! If I hear that one more time again, my gosh!
I believe what they said. I think it was. I think this has been their best team by far. I don't think next year.
Now everybody should be fired. Now everybody should be fired. They should. After that disappointment, watching that disappointment.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Hold on. We got Jake's wife coming in. No, we got to talk about this. Let's see. Thank you.
This is the second time she's exposed him to.
Thank you, Jake's wife.
Every time Jake's wife
exactly.
He's
backing up.
Every time.
He is
backing up what I
exposing
said.
him.
Are you
She's
sure
backing up exactly what I said.
You know what? Hey, we need you to go grab another one of her Undertaker hats, put that on, and come back here so we can bury you some more.
Wow.
Broncos Nation,
Jake's
hey,
when they
Sean
got
Payton got to play, man. We are not worried.
Then when they got Sean
Jennifer, the bottom line sports, we love when you come on and expose your husband for the fraud that he is.
I got the cowboy blue on now. Here's the facts. That Sean Payton hasn't done anything.
I'm crying, yo.
And like Mike McCarthy.
Without
I'm putting this on a short.
Drew.
Without Drew.
He hasn't done anything without Drew. He's just like Belichick. He didn't do nothing without Brady. Sean hasn't done nothing without Drew.
That's
same
facts.
thing.
I agree with that.
Until he does something without him, he's the same thing.
We'll see what happens. I know this. As Cowboy fans and a Broncos fan, I have a lot of positivity in us right now compared to what you're going through.
That's great.
Do you? Okay.
Absolutely.
As this person said, y'all are both on the couch watching the Super Bowl, so be there.
Right. And Clubber will be there soon.
For tapping in, John. We appreciate you.
No, Wildcard Mars team will be there soon. Don't you worry.
Oh, he's Wildcard Mar's lucky. I love Patrick Mahomes, or I'd be off that bandwagon.
Oh, stop.
Wildcard Mar, man, he talks too much trash. I didn't know he was a big trash talker, man. I'd be off that bandwagon. If Mahomes ever leaves that team, I'm off the Chiefs, man.
I didn't even hear him talking trash, to be honest.
He does. He just did it earlier. He said I need to worry about my Cowboys and my coach.
Well, you're the one that came in with a comment.
Hey,
what do you think? He's not going
to... Don't worry. We're not going to have a coach after today.
Emotional flow. Emotional flow.
I'm not supposed to respond when he comes in.
Right. Like, what? You're not supposed to say nothing?
Okay, whatever.
You're the one that commented first.
What did I say?
We won't have
I don't remember what you said.
Exactly. It wasn't that big a deal. I wasn't putting his team down.
No, but we're going to respond to comments.
I was telling the truth about the Chiefs. Yeah, but I was telling the truth about the Chiefs. I wasn't saying something.
He brought up the truth on the Cowboys. We got to worry about the head coach.
And I say the truth about the Broncos too, Jake.
Apparently,
I told you positivity. Hey, Broncos country, man. Don't worry.
So, Flo, do the Chiefs make a run in the playoffs?
That's all broken down.
Chiefs make a run in the playoffs, Flo? That's the question.
Broncos country, that's right.
Turned into a slobber knocker.
100th episode. Cowboys lose.
100th episode. In the
guys. Cowboys lose. Shocker, guys.
Flo's having a seizure.
In the immortal.
Laughing it up. Flo, I can't believe what's going on.
What's going on? Look out, guys. Whatever, guys. What's going on?
In the immortal words of Jim Ross, this has turned into a slobber knocker, and we got to get out of here. I'm sorry, y'all. We got to get out of here. This is too much. We love you. We thank you. Thank you for joining us on the 100th episode. Cheers to Flo, our fearless leader, the creator of The Bottom Line. Thank him for all of his service as well.
Thanks, guys, for joining the show. I appreciate you guys, even though I trash talk. You know it's all love.
It's all love. It's all love. We thank everybody for coming on this 100th episode. Hey, Wildcard Mar, I didn't, by accident, didn't let Detroit Mel do his shout-outs and all that. So can you plug IOW and all that, please?
Oh, no doubt, man. Man, appreciate you guys having me on here.
You jinxed us, Canteen. You jinxed us.
Hey, and Flo, you're right, because Ken was talking about Cowboys by 30. I saw you. Yeah, that's what you said. I don't know. I come on, don't make me pull receipts out. That's what you
sure
said.
Did.
But no, hey, I'm glad you guys made it to 100 episode. I love what you guys do. Always respect what you fellas do.
I said it.
Yeah, you said it. Hey, but y'all can find me, Detroit Mail, Big Homie Nick Shine, and IOW Sports Network on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. That's where y'all can find us, man, for sure.
Yeah, definitely tap in with IOW Sports. They are awesome. I love their content.
400th, right? Y'all had
no, they had their 300th, but I like how you're helping them out. I like that. I like you like that. I like that.
Well, no. To Jake's point, we had our 300 day show. I just had my 400th late night owl show. So
let's go. Okay.
Yeah, man. Putting in work, baby.
Damn, congratulations. I wish I would have been there. I'm going to have to get on another one soon.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Alan, go ahead.
Omar, I appreciate you real quick because I'm going to have to go, but I appreciate you, Omar, for running the show while I'm gone. Sorry I can't tap in. I may be out for a couple weeks. We're going to go in the box this coming week, so we're going to be out of comms. We won't have anything, so. But this is the last time I can probably tap in, but I appreciate all you guys. Thanks for jumping in the show. Thanks, Omar. Thanks, Alan. And all the guys, the regular crew. I appreciate you guys. We'll see you. Y'all take care.
Hey, God bless. Thanks to you, man. We love you. God bless. Be safe out there, bro.
All right.
Respect, Flo. Respect, baby. Love you, brother.
Bro.
Peace.
Be safe.
All right, man. Alan, go ahead. Alan, go ahead and tap. Go ahead and give all your stuff and shout out, and let's get out of here.
Well, shout out, of course, to everybody on the Let's Talk Sports Network. You can find me there. I'm at APRLS30 on Twitter. Got a lot of things coming up. Got my interview show is back. We had our first 2 episodes the last couple of weeks. Episode 1 was, of course, with Mr. First Down. If you haven't seen him yet, he's hilarious. And then last week we did one with a guy from the UK, Keg TMC, who was on our NFC South Roundtable